tour through our bus.
Welcome to our bus. The reason we bought a bus, we probably bought it about 10 months ago in September. We were just sick of our 9 to 5 jobs, living in a house and just getting up every morning doing the same routine, the same thing. So we decided to buy a bus and convert it into a motorhome. I guess the thing that attracts us the most is the fact that you can be anywhere whenever you want and hopefully get a bit of work on the road and live on the road.
So when we were looking to buy our bus, we looked absolutely everywhere for months too. Like, we were looking on every marketplace, website around, car sales, all that kind of stuff, and we came across this one actually on one of our local marketplaces, and we talked about it for a while and we kept our options open, but we went for a look at this one, fell in love with it instantly. So we spent every last dollar we had to our names on the bus and brought it home that next week. So that was so exciting, bringing it home and having absolutely no money after that to start building, but we just built up our savings. This is a Dometic toilet. It's hooked up to our plumbing, so it acts as a normal toilet per se, and on the outside is where you open up to get the carriage out and dispose of our waste that way, so nothing ever comes in and out of the bus, which is what we really like. And we've got an air vent up here as well that sucks out all of the steam from the shower, and a little indoor light as well, so we can see. This is our shower head. So we picked this one because this actually reaches all the way around outside and just out that window, so we can have outdoor showers as well if that wants to go on. And for all of our tiling, we did want to do proper tiling, but the logistics of it and also moving and stuff, we thought it probably wasn't a good idea, so we've actually gone with these adhesive tile stickers. They came in sheets, so it took me a very long time to put them all together, but I actually am pretty happy with how they turned out, and they just give it more of a modern look.
Okay, so the next area is our lounge room / dining area. So this area has 2 separate functions. It's a lounge area as it is now, and when we want to eat food for lunch or dinner, we can just remove this middle couch section and we can pop this middle bit up and then lock it off, and then it becomes a nice dining area. This is our kitchen area. We decided to go with a deep stainless steel sink, just so we have lots of room to do the dishes and it's not too cramped up. A nice stainless steel looking tap, which just really complements the sink and the bench. This is our switches for all our lights in the bus. It works on a wireless Bluetooth device that goes back into the power box. This is our hot water controller. So you turn it up one and it gives us all hot water. Pretty much it is instant. This is our 240 volt outlet. That's hooked up into the inverter, which is in the battery box. And also our kitchen area, which is our Thetford gas cooktop. And we had to put a nice backsplash on because it was sitting too close to the wall, but it worked out pretty well. So we've got loads of storage underneath the kitchen. In this one, it's just plumbing for the sink and a few wires that ran through there as well, and we just keep a few miscellaneous items in there. This is our cutlery drawer. It's a pretty big drawer, so we ended up putting a nice little bamboo cutlery holder in there, and just stores other things as well. And we also have a pull-out chopping board, which is pretty handy when there's two of us in the kitchen. So one of us can stand on this side, the other person stands on that side, and it just makes life a bit easier. That's just for storage for plates, bowls and cups, saucepans and pots. And then this is our little pantry over here. Okay, so this is our pantry area. We just keep a few containers, cups and food and more containers down the bottom. It's plenty of room for us so far. We've never had any dramas with it. But yeah, that's a little pantry area. So when we're using the stove for cooking, we turn on the roof vent, which sucks air out. We control it with this remote here. It's a max air fan, and you can also use it while it's raining. It has a rain dome over the top of it, so if it's raining or whatever, you can still cook in here without getting engulfed. Okay, so the next thing on the list is the electrical cupboard. So I won't go through absolutely everything, just maybe the basics. So pretty much the solar power will come in through the panels to the roof, and it goes to this solar charger here, which directly charges our house batteries. We decided to go with two 200 amp 12 volt lithium batteries. A bit more XD, but I think it's worth it in the long run. We've got them joined up so they create 24 volts instead of 12 volts. The reason we've done that was because the bus itself is a 24 volt system, so it just makes life a bit easier. The second method of charging our batteries is with these two DC to DC chargers up the top. So that takes charge directly from the alternator of the bus while we're driving and charges the batteries up. What else have we got in here? We've got a 24 to 12 volt converter. That's just mainly for our lights and our few 12 volt items that we have. And we have our 240 volt converter. And that just powers our plug board in the kitchen.
So this is our little bedroom area. On this side we've got our aircon remote, which is stored under our bed, and just a little shelf on this side and on this side, so we've both got our own just to put our phones on and stuff like that. And this is like a little USB point where we charge our phones. There's one on this side and one over the other side as well. We've got these two Sirocco fans here as well that turn 360 degrees. It can be turned in many different directions to get angles, and they're so good as well. You can put it up like that and have them in any direction, which is so good. And up above we've also got an overhead storage compartment as well, which at the moment I've got a couple of books and my laptop up there. Find it super handy just to have like a bigger space over our heads, just for things that we would normally put like on a bedside table or something like that, so that's really handy. We've also got these room darkening curtains as well, so at night for privacy and whenever we want to have like a little movie or something like that, we pull these across and it really darkens up the space, and you wouldn't even know it's daylight outside because they block out absolutely all the sun. So under the bed here is where we store our clothes. This is my drawer and that's Dylan's. They're about 1 meter deep, so they've given us plenty of storage space, and I haven't really had to declutter much of my clothes, which I like because I'm a bit of a clothes hoarder. So yeah, we love the nice deep long drawers. They're perfect for lots of clothes and little extra things that we want to fit in there.
For the front cabin of the bus area, we have decided to put our 115 litre fridge, which we built a frame around for it to sit in. There's a little bit of storage underneath too, which is pretty handy. And I pulled up all the roof lining in the front to put more storage as well. So I've seen a lot of people, they leave the front roof lining on, but we thought we could just use the space for storage, which would be better. We also have 2 more seats for passengers if anyone else wants to come for a trip. So next I'll give you a tour of the roof. Up here we've got 4 solar panels, each 200 watt, 12 volt panels. Yeah, so they're all linked up. and they all go down into the electrical cupboard, which is next to the bed. So this goes to power our 12 volt system, 24 volt system, and our inverter to get 240 volts into the bus, which was the plug inside the kitchen that you saw before. Most of our panels in our deck is screwed through the roof, so we had to drill holes in the roof and we put nutserts in, which is a really handy thing. But since we're screwing through the roof, we just make sure we use more Sikaflex than we thought we needed, so it will definitely not leak.
So up the other end we've got a little deck, which is something I personally really wanted to add, so we can sit up here, like take in the view, maybe have a couple of drinks or a little picnic or something like that. And it's just basically an aluminium frame and salvaged old fence panels, and we've just painted them up and given them a new life.
So on the outside of the bus, we've got a few different things to show you. We've got our LPG gas storage, which powers our cooktop and our hot water systems. And this is where we fill our two 70-litre tanks of water. That's our fresh water, and they're just under the bus there. The next thing on the list is our hot water system. It's a Truma system, and it's an instant hot water. We thought it'd be good to go with an instant so we don't waste so much water trying to get to the hot water, if that makes sense. But yeah, definitely worth it. The toilet in our bathroom has its own tank underneath. Once you fill it up, you just open this hatch here up, pull this canister out, and take it to a dump point and give it a good wash out. Okay, so we moved into the bus about 4 months ago while it was renovating. It was at Gracie's parents' house. And as soon as we built the bedroom, we decided to move in. We didn't want to wait any longer. It feels so natural living in here now. I don't know, it wasn't too hard moving into it for us, to be honest.
Yeah, because everything's like, got everything we need and haven't really like missed that space at all. Like,
and just the minimalist lifestyle, it's nice to keep it simple, I guess.
And so easy to clean as well. Doesn't take that long at all.
Yeah, and you just sort of have everything that you need in here and nothing else. So it takes a bit of weight off your shoulders, I guess, living like that. And we haven't really been on the road. We're still in the process of building, but we have been.
Coronavirus.
And coronavirus, yeah. But we're just sort of getting used to it, and
it's actually been pretty easy to adapt. Like cooking in the kitchen, we've found that it's more than enough space for both of us, and like we can easily move around each other, and we don't really find that we get in each other's way too much. And especially when you're parked up somewhere nice too, like most of the time you're outside or something. So coming into it, we both don't have any carpentry skills or really any idea on how to do any of this, but so many like YouTube videos, messaging other bus life, van life people about how they did stuff, lots of research on Google and stuff like that, and we've somehow made it here. And I guess just to anyone going into like a build or anything like that, just go straight in and just work it out along the way, because if you really want to do it and you really want to get into like this lifestyle, like you'll make it work. Like really.
Yeah, that's what we did. We just had to make it work. Had no idea how to do any of the bus really. So.
And we stuffed up plenty of times too. Like there were plenty of times where we just wanted to give up, and like
I'm so glad that we didn't, and so glad that we're here now. We can say that we've built our home all ourselves. So
exactly.
If you're having doubts, I'd just dive straight in.
And if you're making that step too, like thinking about van life, or thinking that like that would be like the life for you, literally just go for it. Like we haven't looked back since, and couldn't imagine not having this bus now and still doing the same thing over and over again. And now pretty much we can bring our home anywhere we want, work wherever we want for however long, and then just keep going. So if you're going or thinking about it, just do it. So that's our van tour. Hope you've enjoyed coming along and seeing the ins and outs of our bus, and thanks for watching.
I hope you enjoyed that content. If you hadn't noticed, we do have an ebook that we sell, and the link is just in the description. It contains 160 pages crammed full of practical advice, walkthrough information, electronic schematics and part lists, which will make your job a lot easier for doing a van conversion, and it will save you time and money. Also, we've created special videos for the ebook which enable you to see walkthroughs for how to do loads of things in a van conversion. So that's for water systems, for your electrics, for how to do simple woodwork joints that anyone can do. I really believe that anyone, regardless of their experience, can make a half decent van conversion. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you watching our content, and we put a lot of effort to make it interesting, informative, and find those cool projects that feature on our channel. Consider subscribing, leave a comment, and we'll see you next week.